What is up, guys? This is Rise, and welcome to another video. As some of you know, I was recently in London for the European International Championships. While there, I've been sitting on this Hundo Nidorina, which has been best buddied for quite some time. If you're wondering, Rise, how come you don't have the XLs? I'd already built like two Needle Queens, a normal and a shadow for the Ultra League, so I was still trying to get enough XL candy to build this Nidorina, which maxes to level 51 just before it hits that 1500 CP limit. And shout out to the lovely Momita. We sat together, and she was nice enough to let me trade a bunch of Nidorans and Nidorinas to get the XL candy. And we are now testing out this level 51 Hundo best buddy Nidorina in the Great League, in the Jungle Cup here. And surprisingly, it does quite well. If you're wondering how bulky this thing is, it has very similar bulk. Oh man, I'm forgetting. We just looked it up on stream yesterday. It has very similar bulk to Quagsire. It has about the same level bulk as Quagsire. So fairly bulky Pokemon, not like crazy or anything, but on the bulkier side. And is Nidorina good? Well, we're going to see in this video. I think one pro you're going to see of Nidorina is that people don't exactly know how to play against it. So we do squeeze some wins in some games, which we probably shouldn't have won, but we will get to that. Here you see the Dig Connect after the debuff, and we get the farm down. We do have to go down a shield, though, so not the best in the world. Yeah, Vigoroth is just so strong that Nidorina still doesn't do the best against it. We're going for the Dig here against Charjabug for some more raw damage, and we get a shield. That's perfect, because now we flip switch. We have the Clodsire lined up against the Charjabug. This is such a hard counter. Unless they're running Crunch, they can at least fight back a little. But they go for the X-Scissor. In comes Lantern, and it's a good thing I didn't do a U-Swap, I-Swap situation, because they are ABA strong against our Skarmory. So we're going to have to stay in here and hope Clodsire can put the team on its back. Earthquake gets the shield. And you're going to see how this game plays out is actually a little bit interesting. Because you might be thinking, I've got to shield and protect my Clodsire here, but I kind of gauge how much the first surf does, and I feel like I can take the next surf and still get off my Earthquake. So I actually let it go because I know the Charjabug has been chipped already. So I feel like a Brave Bird should just about knock out. I Mudshot down, I swap. Charjabug has energy, but I'm willing to take a move here because I know I can live one discharge and get to a Brave Bird. So I take the first. And we are going to definitely shield this one up. Even though it might be a bait, we have to respect the discharge. He baits us, totally fine. One away, we get to the Brave Bird, and this will definitely knock out the Charjabug. So, nice little game there. Luckily, even though we had a terrible lead, they didn't have an obvious answer to our Nidorina or our Clodsire. So, we were kind of hard-countered in the lead, but they were hard-countered in back, in a way. Next opponent, we is Arson. They're like number 5 or something on the leaderboard today. They're killing it. Skarmory, good lead into Dragonite. Gonna stay in for the time being, at least. Gonna go for the Brave Bird, actually, to guarantee a shield or big damage. Brave Bird connects. And this is kind of nice, because Clodsire can absorb all this damage. And we're gonna try and overfarm, because what we don't want to happen is throw right away, and then Dragonite builds up a ton of energy while it's not threatened by the Mudshot damage. So I'm willing to take multiple body slams here in exchange for coming out with more energy. You're going to see me throwing on charge attack priority, which is not ideal. I probably should have thrown one earlier or like one later. But not the end of the world. Body slam doesn't do that much. And I'm actually going to slightly undercharge here. And I figure even if he pivots out, this is going to allow me to throw energy and pivot out myself. So sometimes you don't want to do that in undercharge because you're just giving your opponent the ability to save their Pokemon for later. But I felt like here it made sense. Gonna respect this. I know it's probably a bait, but gonna respect it. It is a Dragon Claw bait, not ideal. Overfarming slightly, then going for the Sky Attack here. This is gonna be close whether the Dragonite can get to 2 more moves. I wasn't convinced it could get to 2 more moves here, so I'm going to shield up. Baits me again with the Claw. I need 3 to KO, and 3 does KO. So very nice. In comes Whiscash. I'm expecting the swap. And honestly, this was like not completely over. It probably was over, because we can probably Brave Bird and then swap and then dig should be enough. live one Mud Bomb, but the Whiscash is a problem for our back line. If you're wondering, Rise, what do you do against Whiscash? This team is very weak to Whiscash. I'm not claiming this is the best team in the world by any means, but we had some fun with it. And terrible lead. We simul swap, but this is good for us because I should be able to flip this, I think. At least you'd think I'd be able to flip this, considering I resist the counters and we're hitting for neutral damage. We're going to go for the Poison Fang instantly to debuff them as soon as possible. And I'm hoping the debuff helps put this into like dig plus farm down range. Debating whether I want to shield or not. I know this won't knock out, but I'm not convinced if I let it go, right, he can probably just shield and counter me down. So I build up quite a bit here. I really need this dig to knock out if it goes unshielded. It doesn't knock out, so he gets off the body slam. This is brutal. I'm about to go down 2 shields. I'm about to go down 2 shields. This is not good at all. What is going to come in to greet our Nidorina? It is Talon. This is looking really bad. Our Skarmory literally has nowhere to go. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. We already revealed no Thunderbolt. Sometimes Nidorina will run Thunderbolt, so they know they don't have to respect it. We do get a shield there at least, but now it's like, what do I do? Because we need our Clodsire. It's not like I can't come in Clod here because I need Clodsire for the Lantern. So I'm just going to have to sacrifice it. He gives me like a potential opening here. I'm thinking like, is there any play now? Because I bank a move. If I can somehow get the... Oh, but I'm lagging, dude. I'm lagging. But if I can somehow get the final shield off him, I'm wondering if there's some play. He lets it go, which is smart. And at this point, I have to commit to the Mud Shot down, I think. I need to come out with a move. Get the final shield to have a chance. Oh, but I don't. Why didn't I not? I guess I was counting and I thought he was going to get there. I don't know why I didn't commit to the farm down. Unfortunate. If I commit to the farm down, maybe there's an opening there, but who knows? Maybe in the moment I was actually counting and I knew I couldn't farm down. Anyway, G to the G. Skarm didn't have a whole lot of play since they were ABA strong against the Skarmory. Tough one there. Next battle, who we got? Gerald. Terrific battler from California. Buzzwole, positive lead. Our whole team has play against Buzzwole. The counters do hit for neutral, of course, and Superpower is also quite threatening. It's a very strong move. I'm going to go for the Sky Attack here right away. They have to shield this. This would one-shot their Buzzwole, double super effective damage. And I am going to respect the Superpower, I think. And he baits me with Lunge, a savage bait. Then I predict that he's going to throw on Charge Attack priority, so I catch it onto my Clodsire here. And it is the Superpower. He's going to store up some energy, so he probably banked a move and then swaps Mantine. This is really important. How much damage is the Stone Edge going to do to Mantine? Hopefully it can 2-shot. And look at that. It puts it into the yellow, which tells me it is going to 2-shot the Mantine. That's huge for us. He throws on the Charge Attack priority. I understand this is probably an Ice Beam, which will do a lot of damage, but I want to save my shield for the Nidorina. It does connect, putting us quite low. We go for the Stone Edge here. Not going to bother undercharging. That seems kind of greedy. Opponent shield so they can get rid of our Clodsire here. And now I'm wondering how exactly I want to get rid of this Mantine. I have all this energy. I wasn't convinced Sky Attack would be enough, so I go for Brave Bird. This might be overkill. Maybe Sky Attack would have been almost enough there. I swap right away. I'm able to catch the move he has banked on Buzzwole, anticipating he was going to come in to throw his move. And there is a Lantern in the back, and I think I misplay this. Because I was debuffed, I didn't think double dig would be enough. But you're going to see, based off the damage this dig does after we're like back to even, based off how much this does, oh man, it's really close. I don't know. Maybe double dig would have been enough. I'm not sure. But I put up the shield. I really need Nidorina to hang on. Come on, Nidorina. Live the surf. Oh, it barely... It gets to the Poison Fang. Is this going to be enough? Is the Poison Fang enough? It's barely enough. We swap. We need to Steel Wing down and let's go. Nidorina with the clutch Poison Fang there, living the surf. If we were level 50 and not level 51, I don't think we get to that Poison Fang. So a nice little win there against Gerald. He's a terrific player. Snots is the next opponent. Snots has been killing it lately. He's been super high in the leaderboards all the time. Shadow Steelix. Bit of an annoying Pokemon to face. Just spamming off the debuffs with some crazy bulk and solid fast move pressure. I store the energy and I hard swap my Clodsire. And he doesn't seem to have an obvious answer, so he's staying in at least for the time being. I'm going to let this go. It's just a Psychic Fangs. In comes Trev. And it's a good thing we didn't throw the Earthquake here. We were patient. So Stone Edge going to do nearly half health, which is really nice for us. Going to get off another one here. I'm expecting him to probably shield this and build up more energy. Stone Edge grabs that shield. And we still have energy banked on our Skarm. Snots, I think, makes a slight misplay here by letting me charge attack priority him. Because he's got so much energy, but he gives me the opportunity to shield and get off my Stone Edge for free. And then you're going to see me go for the combo play. So he's got like a full charge move loaded on his Trev, but he's not going to be able to utilize it. And now we've got a shield advantage. He comes in with the Steelix. I'm going to build up some energy, then go for the Brave Bird, which will debuff me. It's not quite going to knock out, which is unfortunate, but it puts the Steelix really low, where Steelix isn't going to be able to do much else against us. He knocks out. Going to wait out my full switch timer, and I'm expecting him to instant swap, so I'm just going to come in with my Nidorina to get a slight head start, and it is a Decidueye, baby. And it's a Razor Leaf Decidueye, which is even better for us. So we're able to take the win there. Nidorina going to resist the grass damage from Decidueye. We get a 4-1 set here in the 3100s with Nidorina, which is pretty cool. Lickitung for the road. And we'll see what our elo goes up to after that 4-1 set. Let me know in the comments how you guys are doing in this Go Battle League season. 31-78. Let's go, baby. And we will go on to the second set. We're playing Nezabethan, runner-up finisher last year from the European Championships. But quick, before we get into the second set, just want to plug one last time my Factor Meal sponsorship I got going on. Just made it a little bit larger over here. Put it in front of me. I've got a link in the description. 50% off your first box with Factor Meals. The link, the money that you save on the first box for these really high quality, fresh meals that you just stick in the microwave and are ready to go. The money that you get off the 50% makes it so you're only paying like $6 per meal, basically, which is pretty convenient. And also, it goes directly to me to support the channel. So if you guys want to support, I'd really appreciate it. I am doing one more sponsored stream today, my second of 2 sponsored streams. And that will be the end of the Factor sponsorship. But any support is much appreciated. On to the second set. Skarm into Skarm. This is like... This is okay, because our back line avoids it. Because we're kind of weak to Skarm in the back, but we're also weak to Whiscash in the back. So, like, Skarm is oftentimes paired with Whiscash, of course, right? So, I have not been doing very well against Skarmory leads, because oftentimes there's a Whiscash in back, and I also can't really swap out. So, let's see what Nez is running in the back here. We're going to build up energy, eventually go for the Brave Bird here. We're not anticipating a shield. This won't quite knock out, but it'll put it really low. We're going to let this go. We feel like the head start we can get might be a little bit more beneficial than switch advantage. In comes Dragonite. Yikes. Dragonite's just so oppressive here that it's a little bit concerning for me. Poison Fang connects. We are very spammy with Poison Sting, Poison Fang. Beautiful timing by Nez. Throwing right before our move. Dragon Claw is going to grab our first Protect Shield. We're getting off our second Poison Fang here. This will probably force a shield out of Nez, and yes, it does. And then this is really awkward, right? Because if I let this go, it's kind of a difficult mud shot down, but at the same time, it doesn't really feel like it's worth the shield. In comes Decidueye, and unfortunately, I think they just have us here. This is going to be a favorable matchup for Decidueye because It's going to resist our mud shots. We're not really putting any fast move pressure at all. And, you know, maybe Claude can win this matchup, actually, but the fact that there's still a Dragonite lurking is going to be too much for us to overcome, so unfortunate here. Who knows? Maybe if I had, like, shielded Nidorina. I've probably said Nidoran so many times in this game. Nidorina, my bad. We do outpace this final Stone Edge, but like we talked about, the Dragonite has about the same percentage health left as our Clodsire, and because they double resist our moves, and those Dragon Breaths are heavy-hitting neutral Dragon Breaths, he is going to beat us here. Well played by Nez. Next opponent. Great lead. Let's see what they swap into. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. These are the types of games where if I was on the losing end, I would immediately get a tag saying, GG's Rise. Can't believe I won. Anyway. I've been pretty good, guys. I haven't talked about that in like 3 videos, haven't I? Anyway. But yeah, I was making the joke there. I was making the joke. We gotta send that person a GG message. I'm sure they would have loved that. But it's on to the next one. Not anything our opponent really could have done. Depending on what's in the back, who knows? Maybe there could have been some core breaker. Next opponent. Yo, Shadow Magnezone. Not what we want to see. We're going to save swap the Nidorina here. Normally, Claude has been our save swap. But we're going to save swap Nidorina here. We know this is probably a mirror shot bait, but you kind of have to respect it. Otherwise, you just lose the game on the spot if it's a wild charge. Going to over farm, go for the Poison Fang bait here. Poison Fang. Going to grab the shield. This could be a wild charge. It's 5 volt switches to mirror shot plus wild charge, so we respect it. It is a wild charge. He's going to dip out into a Buzzwole, which is kind of decent for us. And he makes, I think he ends up making a slight misplay in the secondary matchup. He gets a little bit greedy. So we're going to get off our second Poison Fang here. Second Poison Fang. Now, he has an opportunity to superpower us and get rid of us, but he lets me get off another Poison Fang. And this is probably going to draw his Protect Shield. And he can't even farm down either. He's going to have to throw eventually. So we'll probably only get 1 move off against our Skarmory. And now I'm thinking there's some play, because if I can, like, dance around and maybe eventually Brave Bird the Magnezone, maybe we can overcome this. And then something weird happens here. So it's almost like he anticipates. He comes in with the Sableye and then he swaps. It's almost like he anticipates that I was going to swap, but then he swapped. So I'm not sure what exactly happened. I think he said he misclicked. He came into my chat as soon as the game ended. So unfortunate there. I think he had a good chance to beat us there. I don't think it was necessarily completely over. I think if like a Brave Bird would have knocked out the Magnezone, we could have won maybe. But definitely a weird one there. I don't have an obvious answer for Skarm, so I'm actually going to throw the Brave Bird here. Oh, do I throw both Brave Birds? Yeah, I throw 2 Brave Birds here. 2 Brave Birds, both resisted against the Skarm. We get a shield. Unfortunately, it's not really in Stone Edge range. So this is kind of bad, but not the worst situation in the world. The fact that Altaria has so much energy and our Skarm has been chipped quite a bit is a little bit scary. Because now if Altaria gets rid of our Skarmory, it's going to be tough for us to get rid of that Altaria. I don't fall for the charge attack priority here. I do respect a potential Brave Bird. And in my head, I'm thinking, like, how the heck do I beat the Altaria? So I get questionable play, not getting rid of it. I'm going to double shield and go for a huge mud shot down. In comes Altaria, but they get off the move first. I should live, though. I should live, so it's not the end of the world. Sky Attack connects. I'm hopeful I get off 2 Stone Edges here. Are they going to shield? They don't shield, so I'm going to save the energy instead. And unfortunately, you're going to see I barely don't get the Steel Wing down. So that is not great at all. Moonblast knocks us out. We do have, like, almost a charge move banked on Claude. But we are down a shield, so this doesn't look great for us. And what's going to be in the back? It is Talonflame. So this looks to be over if our opponent plays this correctly. But we're going to play it out. And we build up energy, kind of bait the Thunderbolt, and we get the shield. Hold up. Suddenly, is there some play? They go for the catch. They don't get it. And then they throw their energy because they're afraid I have Thunderbolts. They're afraid I have Thunderbolts. They throw their energy, and we are going to live the Incinerate and get to the Stone Edge. And this is a good example of why you never top left too early. I've definitely been guilty of that myself. But I very well could have top lefted in that situation. But we were able to pull a win con. I think from the opponent's perspective, they probably live a Thunderbolt, and I have such little fast move pressure that I think they were safe to no shield a Thunderbolt. I do have PV Poke open here on the side, so I could probably look it up pretty quickly. Nidorina. And Talonflame. Thunderbolt does 70%, so I don't know. 70% would have done a lot, but I think Talon might have been able to hang on even with the Poison Stings. Final battle of the video. I'd consider this a positive lead for Skarmory. I go for the catch, and this is not good. This is not good. Like, in a sense, it's okay because we have to lure out the Quag, but the fact that Vigoroth kept all that energy is definitely concerning here, and I think we're going to see how much an Aqua Tail does. Most Quags are running Aqua Tail Stone Edge in this meta. I'm hoping by some miracle I can live this next Aqua Tail and get off my Stone Edge. Is there any way Clodsire can live against his cousin Quagsire? No, he cannot. Quagsire dominating the Clodsire, and now we're in a rough spot. We have to eat another Aqua Tail in the chin. We're getting close to Rock Slide range, and we have no energy. This is looking pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. I try to do like one and then catch on Nidorina. Not that that would have done much. I do catch, but like, does this really do me much? It's still neutral because we're a pure poison type. And at this point, we know we're in a bad spot. We're just going to try and maybe see the third Pokemon. It's always like a moral victory when you're in a terrible spot. Like, at least I know what's in the back. It's a Skarmory in the back, so I think we can chalk this loss up to team comp since we had a neutral lead and then they completely hard countered both of our back Pokemon with their back Pokemon. So not a whole lot we could have done there. Nice job by the opponent. And that is going to end our sets for this video. The best buddy, level 51 Nidorina, showing up and showing out. I feel like I haven't said that phrase in a while. That's a good one. Showing up and showing out. Keep showing up, everybody watching this video in your daily life. We get Squovit as a reward. We climb to 3185. And that is the video for you. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you are new around here, comment down below. All comments are appreciated. And all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.